wasn't a direct order. It wasn't naming Tagle as the next pope. But it was clear. Francis saw Tagle as someone meant to guide the church through uncertain times. The letter touched on global challenges too: poverty, migration, environmental care, issues that both Francis and Tagle championed throughout their ministries. And at the end, a quiet blessing. May you walk forward, not with fear, but with faith. For many, this letter confirms what they've long suspected, that Pope Francis wasn't just mentoring Tagle, he was preparing him. Now, as the world reads between the lines, one question remains. Was this letter a private message or a public prophecy? Next, we explore the phrase that sparked global speculation. He has my spirit. Stay with us.
The victims of discrimination, violence, abuse, exploitation, and human trafficking. The Filipino migrant workers and their families. The survivors of natural calamities and armed conflicts. The non-Christian Catholics. The followers of non-Christian religions. The promoters of peace, especially in our beloved Mindanao, and the whole of creation that groans. All of us want to say again and again, maraming salamat po, Santo Padre. You often end your meetings and encounters by saying, vi chiedo di pregare per.
You carry my spirit, the words that sparked global speculation. For years, Pope Francis spoke carefully. Every word was measured, every phrase carried meaning.
To do my will, but the will of the one who sent me.
Before his death, Pope Francis left behind more than memories. He left a hidden letter. Addressed to Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, this long-lost message has finally been revealed, sparking global speculation. Was it a personal goodbye, or a quiet signal about the future of the Church? Inside, Francis shared heartfelt guidance, and perhaps a hint at who should lead next. What did the Pope truly see in Tagle? And how could this letter reshape the Catholic Church forever? Stay with us, because this changes everything.
In breaking news, the Vatican has confirmed Pope Francis has died. Just hours after an appearance during the holiest weekend of the Christian calendar, the Catholic world is in mourning. He had been in critical condition due to double pneumonia and a lung infection. For the latest on this breaking news, head to 7news.com.au.
A lost letter found after Pope Francis's death. When Pope Francis passed away, the world mourned a leader known for his humility, compassion, and quiet strength. But no one expected what came next. Hidden deep within the Vatican archives, a letter surfaced, a letter written by Pope Francis himself. And not just any letter. This one was addressed to a man many believe could shape the future of the Catholic Church, Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle. For years, rumors swirled about a private message from the Pope to Tagle. Some said it was lost. Others believed it never existed. But now, the truth is out. The letter was personal, handwritten, and filled with guidance, a Vatican insider revealed. So why was it hidden? And why reveal it now, after Francis is gone? The answer might be simple: timing. Pope Francis was known for thinking ahead, always planning for the Church's future. Many believe he intended this letter to appear exactly when it did, when the Church needed direction the most. But what's actually inside this mysterious letter? It's not a formal decree. It's not an official appointment. It's something far more powerful: a reflection of trust, mentorship, and vision. I entrust you to carry forward the spirit of service, Pope Francis wrote, according to early reports. A message like that doesn't just land quietly. It sends shockwaves through the Vatican. Because this wasn't just a friendly note. It was a clear sign that Pope Francis saw Tagle as more than a colleague. He saw him as the future. But how did Tagle, a humble man from Manila, become so important to the Pope? Let's rewind and look at the bond that made this letter possible. A relationship built on trust. How Tagle became Francis's protege. Antonio Tagle didn't come from power or privilege. He came from the streets of Manila, where faith was lived every day, not in grand cathedrals, but in small acts of kindness. That's exactly what caught Pope Francis's eye. Both men shared the same roots, humble beginnings, a heart for the poor, and a vision of a church that walks with its people, not above them. When Francis first met Tagle, it wasn't long before a deep respect formed. The Pope saw something familiar in Tagle, a leader who wasn't chasing titles, but chasing purpose. He leads with his heart, not his rank, Francis once said about Tagle. Over the years, that trust only grew stronger. In 2019, Pope Francis appointed Tagle to oversee one of the Vatican's most important departments, the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples. It was more than a promotion. It was a clear message to the world. Francis didn't surround himself with politicians. He chose pastors, leaders who believed in compassion over control. Tagle became a regular face by the Pope's side during key events, global missions, and sensitive church matters. He listens before he speaks. That's rare here, a fellow cardinal commented.